In today's video, we're going to do a market update for April 2024. These numbers are hot off the presses, and I think they're going to show some really interesting things. The first thing that they're going to show is that the market here in Knoxville, Tennessee is still really hot. But the positive for you guys who are looking to buy is it has loosened up just a little bit over last April. So let's begin our discussion with looking at days on market. And as a reminder, days on market are simply how many days a property is listed actively before it goes pending. As of April 2024, just a day or so ago, that number was 31.2 days. Now, that same number at the end of last month of March of 24 was 35 days. So we have seen that number come back down. It had gotten up to 35, we're back down to 31.2 as we're hitting this spring selling season and things are coming off the market much quicker. Now, here's the good news. The good news is for you buyers that number was 26.6 last April of 2023. So we have seen a slight increase in the days on market year over year, although we're seeing that trend from March to April now come back down and decrease again as we do get into the time of year where a lot of people like to move as the kids are getting out of school and before they go back to school. Okay, so next, let's move forward and let's look at the sale price to the original list price. This is a number that is very indicative of a lot of different factors. We've talked about that on almost every one of these market updates. Some of this number can be indicative of just how realistic sellers are about the value of their home, how well listing agents are helping them price their home and evaluate that for the market. But it also can be an indicator of how hot the market is. So this is a number we look at. I wouldn't call it the most important number out there because there's so many factors that go into it. At the end of this past April, it was 97.9%. So a home would sell for 97.9% of its original list price. Now, that number has basically gone up 1% since the end of March. So at the end of March, it was 97, now it's 97.9, so it's worked its way back up just a little bit. But at the end of April last year, 2023, that number was 99%. So we're still 1% lower. As I said, it's not the most important number that we're going to cover, but it is a number that we want to continue to look at as we, as you consider making offers on homes and you're looking at homes to understand that, it's not probably going to be realistic that we're going to be buying homes at 10 and 15% discounts, but at the same time, we're probably still not going to have to be paying above ask for most homes that are on the market. So the next number I want to look at is the absorption rate. And once again, as a reminder, for those of you who may not be familiar with absorption rate is very simply this. If you took all the homes that are actively listed today at today's current rate of sale, how long would it take for all of those homes to go under contract? Well, that number at the end of April 2024 was 1.51. So basically a month and a half of inventory that's sitting on the market. That number is almost identical to the absorption rate that we saw at the end of March, which was 1.52. That's such a small amount that it really basically is just flat. Now, the positive is that has increased since April of last year. Last year, that number was 0.96, so we literally had less than 1 month's inventory available for sale at the end of April in 2023. So the next two numbers we're going to look at are active listings and new listings hitting the market. So active listings are how many homes are still actively listed for sale at the end of April. Well, that number was 875 as of the end of April 2024. Now, that's almost exactly the same amount of homes that were actively listed at the end of March, which was 876. So very consistent between March and April, how many homes we have actively listed on the market. Both of those numbers, March and April of 24, are much better than April of 23 when we only saw 629 active listings. And if you think about the numbers I've already given you for last April versus this April, all the numbers show less inventory back in that time. So the next number that goes into this is also new listings. New listings are a little different. How many homes were newly listed within the month of April? And how does that relate to the number of active listings that are still in the market? In April of 2024, we saw 882 new listings hit the market of homes here in Knox County. That was up slightly over 796 new listings in the month of March. Now, how does this April compare to last April? Well, in April 2023, we only saw 647 new listings. So we are seeing more homes hitting the market. So we are seeing an increase in all of these numbers to say that the market has softened up just a little bit in the favor of the buyer. But at the same time, it is still a seller's market. So what you have to do is take all the numbers that I have given you up to date, whether it be days on market, sale price or list price, new listings, active listings. Look for trends in these numbers. And then all of that shakes out to the bottom number, which is the one that everybody cares most about, which is the median sales price. Now, median sales price, remember, is not the average. Average sales price is way too easily influenced. Median does not change as much usually month over month. But the median sale price in Knox County at the end of April was $374,500. Now, that's basically exactly flat to what it was at the end of March, which was $375,000. So March and April's median sale price has basically remained unchanged. That sales price, though, is up still over April of last year. April of last year, that sales price was $362,000. So what we've seen is about a 3.5% increase year over year in the appreciation of our median sold price in our homes. I hope you find these market updates to be helpful. I want to give you good data. If you have questions about the numbers, if there's anything about them you'd like to discuss further, leave me a comment below. Reach out to me by email or phone call. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. We love those. And if you haven't subscribed, please do that below. And until next time, guys, can't wait to see you around Knoxville soon.